Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again. Here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another video for The Walking Dead Season 4, doing some interesting predictions and talking about what I would like to see in Season 4. This is a viewer-requested topic, so I didn't write down the viewer's username, but thank you for requesting the topic. Want to do it? Let's talk about what we want to see in The Walking Dead Season 4. Alright, so it's a good one. I think it makes for a good video. It should be lots of fun. If you guys want to do a video response to it, talk about what you want to see in The Walking Dead Season 4, what you hope to see, please feel free to do it, and I will auto-approve video responses for any of you. If you just want to talk about it in the comments, please feel free to do so as well, and give your thoughts, and we'll all kind of discuss and talk about it. One of the funnest things for me doing these videos is that I get to look through your guys' comments and hear what you think, because I think it's interesting. I mean, The Walking Dead Season 4, they could go in a lot of different directions. We've got 16 episodes coming up. We know they're going to have the Big Lots as a location, which is I'm really excited to see that. You guys remember, like 6 months ago, I was talking about, like, I would love to see them show some new locations, show like a department store, like a grocery store or something, because it's perfect for supplies in a zombie apocalypse. You know, you've got tons of food in these Big Lots types. I think Big Lots carries food. They better, or else I'm sounding like an idiot right now. See, in Canada, we don't have Big Lots, so I assume it's like a big retail Walmart type store. So let's assume they have groceries and all kinds of different, tools and materials and just all kinds of different stuff in a huge store like that. Plus, it'd be pretty easy to fortify with all the tools and everything it has inside of it that you could use. Especially if it's got any kind of hardware or things like that. It's big and probably has a backup, power reserve, these types of things, plus a roof, maybe multiple entrances to run if you have to, lots of space in the parking lot, lots of space around it to be able to keep a bird's eye view from the roof. Just a really cool location. Something we haven't seen in The Walking Dead yet is this kind of department store. So that's something I really can't wait to see, and I'm excited for that they've shown already. Also, I've heard some people talking that it looks like actually the governor won't be the one there, and that people are saying there are some pictures leaked which are of Rick and Daryl and some other characters there. I haven't seen those. I can't find them. Haven't looked that hard, but haven't been able to find them yet. So please, anybody who has a link to those, please PM it to me. I'd like to see them if that's the case. But either way, I'm excited to see that location, whether it's the governor who's there or Rick's group who has to go there to get supplies for all the elderly people they've now let into their group at the prison. In terms of the prison landscape, I'd like to see them kind of, obviously we're going to have to see them rebuild, so we're going to want to see that a little bit. But I'd like to see them kind of get out a lot more, because we've already been at the prison for so long. It's kind of the same as the farm. Even though it's a really cool location, you kind of want to see them get around a bit and show some new different locations out. So the Big Lots is a good start. The governor's location will be interesting to see what happens with him. It'll be cool to see those two storylines happening at once. I'd like for them to add on maybe split up Rick's group a little bit. I think that would be cool. Like have some of the elderly people at the prison, right? And then have two splinter cell groups from Rick's group. Have like Rick and Glenn and Daryl and his trusted people. Maybe have some others with Tyrese or something like that, and they could be doing separate things at the same time. So you could have different storylines happening all at once. You could have Rick's group doing something in particular. You could have the people at the prison, something going on there. Then you could have Tyrese and maybe some other characters with him, Michonne or Carol or different characters like that over there. Which I'll get to in a sec. What I just kind of alluded to, which is the storyline in the comic books with Tyrese, Carol, and Michonne. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I'd like to see different storylines occurring in different locations at the same time throughout the episodes. I think we're going to see that. Definitely think we are. So since I didn't mention it just now, why don't we talk about it now? Storyline from the comic books. Tyrese in a love triangle with Michonne and Carol. Now, in the TV series, it's going to be kind of weird to see Carol hook up with Tyrese if that's the case. I don't know if I would want to see that. That's kind of weird. I'm going to say no, because her and Daryl, I think it's been a long time coming for the two of them to hook up. So that's something I want to see. you know, her and Daryl hook up. I think it makes a lot more sense than her and Tyrese. Maybe Michonne and Tyrese can hook up. Um, let's see, Rick obviously still getting over Lori, so nothing there. Plus Andrea is dead in the television series, so it can't be like the comic book series in that regard over the long term. Want to see some development from the new characters from Woodbury. So I'd like to see Karen, because that's an interesting character the governor has really wronged. I'd like to see her get revenge, or Daryl get well, more so Daryl get revenge on the governor than her because of Merle. But I'd like to see her sort of attempt to get revenge on the governor, and then Daryl be the one to do it. I want to see Daryl shoot the governor, shoot David Morrissey in the face with an arrow. First in the knee, and then in the face. Oh man, that would make for a great mid-season finale, or season finale for The Walking Dead season 4. I would love to see that shit. That would be awesome. Okay, so that's in terms of those characters. Everything I kind of want to see with them. More development for the new characters. The whole Bob Stuckey character should be fun to see what happens with him, sort of in between groups. See the governor amass a new army, somehow take over. Maybe have him join a new group and not be the top dog. Okay, and then take over the group slowly through whatever means he has to necessary. That would make for some good stuff, because then you could have some new characters. They could be interesting. Then the governor could sort of take over one at a time and do some nasty things to take over if he has to. So that's what I want to see with him. New location with him, and that. Hopefully not a location we've seen him in before. Something totally new. That'll be fun if that's the case. So that's kind of what I want to see with Rick's group in terms of the beginning, because 16 episodes is a long time. So there's obviously more that can be done with it than that. But at least for starters, that's what I would like to see. Also, Rick and Tyrese have a really great fight in the comic book series. I'd like to see that in the television series too. Sort of just like a fight over leadership, because Tyrese does question leadership a lot, whoever's in charge, and that's a good thing. I think everybody should do that, because if the people in Woodbury did that more with the governor, that situation would not have become what it did. I think if they would have been more testing of him and not as trusting blindly, more like Tyrese. But I'd like to see Tyrese and Rick sort of clash, and the fist fight from the comic book series in the TV series. That would be fun too. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so those two. I'd like to see some more villains come into play than just the governor. I don't think the governor by himself has enough to do for 16 episodes. You know, if they're going to kill him in the finale, let's say, which makes for a good finale, which makes sense, or mid-season finale. Mid-season finale, then they could just do the governor. But if they're going to keep him around for the entire season, I don't think he's enough by himself. We already know him. He's already been around for 16 episodes. We need some more villains. And that's where I would like to see the Hunters come into play. For sure. I'd love to see the Hunters. Who are they? Well, just search on my channel if you're just a watcher of the TV series and you don't read the comics. There's plenty of information on the Hunters, who they are. I did a video talking about whether or not we'll see them in Season 4, and did a sort of a bio on who they are. Basically, they're a bunch of cannibals in the Walking Dead comic series that run out of food pretty quickly. And they realize they're not very good hunters, so they stop hunting, you know, animals, and they start hunting survivors, people, and they eat them. It's brutal. But they would be great villains to see in the TV series to go along with the governor and Rick's group, so you could have all that stuff happening at once. That could get you through 16 episodes and have them really exciting and really dense all the way through. So definitely going to need some more characters. Hopefully another villain-type group aside from the governor. Maybe have the governor fight against them, and then Rick's group come in the middle, or something like that. You know, would be really fun. So that's that. I'd maybe even with 16 episodes, you could even add in another group of villains. Like you could have 2 throughout the course of it. Kind of like, you know, how Randall, Dave, and Tony, how they had their own group, which may or may not have been the governor's group. We never really figured that out, or whose they were. Maybe their group could be involved. I don't expect to see Negan yet at all. I think they're going to save him for later. I like to see him now, but I guarantee you they probably won't bring him in yet. I'd like to see Abraham come in, Eugene, Rosita, those 3 from the comic book series in the television series. That'd be great. Let's see, and just maybe some more new characters that we don't know anything about thrown in there. Maybe a group of villains or characters that we don't know anything about, and have them messing around with the governor and the prison, something of the sort. Yeah. Oh, and one more thing, I'd like to see Morgan. I'd like to see Morgan come back if they can do it. I don't know if they can do it, but if they can, I'd like to see Morgan come and find Rick or something of the sort. Show up at the prison, maybe just randomly, um, just out of maybe boredom and being alone. Maybe just wanting to be around people because he's losing his mind or something. So that'd be fun. So, I mean, I could go on more. There's lots of other things too, but I think those are the main things, at least to get it started. And then I want to see the governor die at the finale, and a couple other villain groups in the mix in between. Maybe one the governor joins, and have another one like the Hunters, or an additional one on top of that. Just totally new characters. And new locations with the big lots, and new location for the governor. Maybe a high school or something. That'd be cool. Or just like some random building or something. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I got to say. I'm spent and hit the hay. Let me know what you guys want to see for The Walking Dead Season 4. What you expect to see, what you want to see. And like I said, write in the comments, do a video response. I'll auto-approve them. I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.